Hello, welcome to the start of another project vlog. In this vlog, I'll be making the Misty Pine sweater by Michele Frazzetta, and I'll be knitting the size 4 on the recommended needle size, which is a US 7, a 4.5mm needle. For my main color, I'll be using this, which is Knit Pick Simply wool, and it's a worsted weight wool in the color Winnie, 218 yards per 100 grams, and on US 7, this is pretty comfortable. I already started the back yoke, so we'll fast forward to a little bit of that in a second after I introduce all the colors, but this is my main color. And then for the body, I'll be using the yarn that I got from Explorer Knits and Fibers, Leave No Trace, Earthy DK, and this is 246 yards per 100 grams. These are the two colors I won't be using. I got 2 packs, which came with 8 colors, and of that, I'll be using 5. And they all go really well together, so I'll show you that now. So these are mystery skeins. I'm not sure what the colorways are, but for the trees, I'll be holding it like this. You need 6 of the contrast colors, so I have enough of these, but I didn't have another color to go with the more brown tones that I wanted to go with. And because you need 6 colors, I only have 5. I'll be also holding Isager Jensen to go with the more brown ones. This will be in the middle. And this has a little more yardage at 250 meters per 100 grams. So this is slightly thinner, but I think it should be fine. And because the most that you need for a contrast color is the very bottom ribbing, I think that this will be good. And then this will just be one of the contrasts. So I plan on doing the tapered large motif, and we'll see how that goes. There isn't a ton of time for this test knit, so we'll just get started now. Good morning, it's around 10 a.m. and I am just done the back yoke. So it is a drop shoulder with only color work in the midsection and at the bottom of the sleeve. So for this sweater, I'll be doing the body first, completing the body first before working on the sleeves. There are also 2 options for the sleeves. You could have more of a balloon sleeve versus a tapered sleeve. Right now, I'm leaning more towards the taper sleeve with a small motif. There's also 3 motif versions for the body. You could have a small motif on the bottom. You could have a large, more blockier motif or a large tapered motif. And I'll be going for the large tapered motif. It's kind of confusing. Hopefully, as I go through the project, I can explain better, but I'm really excited. This on US 7, 4.5mm needles, it's knitting itself. I started this yesterday at knit night. Today is Tuesday, yesterday was Monday, so I started it at 7 p.m. and I feel like 10 a.m. and I'm already this far, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be a quicker project and I'm really excited. I just wound up all my balls. I put in my main color into my new hide and hammer bag, but I also hand wound this yesterday and this is how much I've used. I'm still on the front panel for the left shoulder, which is the shoulder you start with. I wound up all the balls. Now I'm going to take a picture of them each on my food scale so that I know exactly how much I will use in this pattern, since I want to have an accurate gauge and put it in my notes for anybody wondering if they have enough yarn, because that was one of my main concerns when choosing the colors. Was I had other colors, but I didn't have enough of them. I'm hoping I have enough of this one, which is the Isager Jensen in the color 8S. But for this, I know that if I do run out of this, I can always go to Tea Cozy Yarn Shop and get more of this exact color. So that I'm not as worried about. These I know for sure I'll have enough of because they're full 100 gram hanks, or now balls. And so I think that cakes. So I think that I'll have enough of that. And so I'm going to now put this all away until I need it. But I'm also taking this moment to wind it up because my baby is napping. We just came to my sister's and I have joined the fronts. I'm just doing a quick update while everybody's kind of out of the house and stuff. My sister took my kid out, so I've just joined in the round and I ran out of my yarn, so that my first ball, I've used it all. So I started picking up for the collar first, and it's a folded over ribbed collar, so I'll do the collar first and then I'll go back to working in the round. But this project is going by so oh, there's Sam peeing, but this project is going by so quickly just because the needles are so large, and I'm really liking how it's looking so far. So this will be the drop shoulders. I have a around 5 inches I have to do under the arm before I start the color work. So hopefully that will happen tomorrow, the color work portion. We'll see. It's just around 5 p.m. the next day, and we didn't do anything today. We didn't even go to my sister's place because my parents are out golfing. I have gotten down the body and I'm at the point where I can start my color work, and I am so excited to start. I think it's going to look so good. I finished the collar yesterday, and it is a double folded collar. I ended up just binding off and then whipping it down. I feel like for me, it becomes a lot more stretchy that way. And I can also make sure that my stitches are lining up and they are not getting slanted or twisted in any way. This yarn is very sheepy and it already smells like a sheep. So during blocking process, I think it'll smell quite a bit, but I'm loving the color. This is a worsted weight pattern, but I will be using DK weight yarn for the color work. So I just want to clear that up. I think it should be fine in terms of how it looks. But this is a worsted weight yarn, so the texture is coming out really nice. It isn't very see-through or anything. I think it will be a very nice winter sweater. And the original is done in Blue Sky Fibers wool stock worsted, so that's definitely a worsted weight yarn. I just did my first row of color work, and what I decided to do was do the Ladderback Jacquard method, just because the color work does come in pretty strict motif, so it's not a motif that keeps changing every round, and I think it'll fit in well with this pattern. The floats are maximum 14 stitches, I think, so every 7 stitches I put a Ladderback Jacquard, and it's really nice. I just do the make one left method, and then you purl through the back loop, and it starts creating a loop and a stitch on the back side, so it's like double knitting only for that stitch. So I'll continue doing it with Ladderback Jacquard, and then if I really don't like it, then we can rip it out, but I think that it'll be fine. One of the things I love the most about doing color work is the massaging part when you're doing it. This one I already did, so you can see that it's pretty flat. These ones I haven't done as much. If you can see this one, I just like to kind of take it and really massage it out. And then it becomes more flat and the color work becomes so much more pretty. And I just love doing it every so often, just so that it really lays flat. And I just wanted to share that. Good morning. It's just about 9 a.m. I was working on this all day yesterday into this morning, and I think I've gotten quite a bit farther down than when I showed you last. So I've done now 4 of the colors, or I've completed, I guess, 3 of them, and I still have 3 left, but the last one is of course just ribbing, and so I think I only have now a few more rounds left. I definitely will be able to get the color work for the body done today, and I'm loving how the colors are playing out. My mom was over yesterday, and when I was showing it to her, she said that the colors probably fit better for my husband. So I asked my husband to put it on this morning before he went to work, and it fits. The underarm might be a little bit tight, so I'm going to try putting it to his measurements in terms of the arm length, because his arms are longer, and then we'll see how it'll fit. The width of the circumference fits him fine, and so I want to see if it is something that he can wear instead. If it does fit him and I can gift it to him, then it's actually perfect, because one of my make 9s is to make my husband a sweater, and so maybe this will be the sweater for him. I love how the colors are playing out. The Isager Jensen is thinner than the Earthy DK from Explore Knits and Fibers, which is thinner than the worsted weight. So it is in the middle, so it shouldn't matter as much. And with everything being double or triple layered in the back because of all of the floats, I think that it really is okay. My current floats are looking like this, with the Ladderback Jacquard here, and then just floats for when it is 3 color works, the 2 rows of it. And I think it's fine, and it has a lot of stretch to it. So I'm hoping that everything will just block out pretty flat and that it will be really beautiful. I'm so happy looking at it. So I'll try to finish up the color work and do the ribbing and everything today so that I can bind off, and I'll see what happens after that. I just added in my last color, and so I have 3 colors on the needles for 2 rows, and I wanted to update you because my Ladderback Jacquard and all of my floats, it used to be 8 stitches apart, but just for 1 row, it's going to be 10 stitches apart because the motif has slightly changed. So the trees are here, and now we're going to end the trees, and that is slightly different. I'll show you later on. And so that's what I'm doing. It looks pretty messy right now, but everything will block out, I'm pretty sure. And so I just make sure to have enough stretch between each of the stitches so that the floats are long enough. And now there are 10 stitches just for 1 row. And it's currently around 11:30 a.m. I think that we're going to probably leave in the next 30 minutes to an hour whenever my baby is awake from her nap. And so I'm hoping to get it down to 2 colors instead of having to take 3 colors and then probably the main color as well, just in case I finish the body at my sister's place and I want to then start on the sleeves right away. And another thing is that my toxic trait has come out once again. Today is August 29th, and so there are 3 days, including today, left in August. So August 29th, and I'm thinking maybe I can finish this sweater by the 31st. Obviously, I'll be blocking and everything, so I'll get finished shots, and this video will probably go up sometime in September. But August 29th, today, I'll finish the body. 30th, I can do 1 sleeve, and 31st, I could do the 2nd sleeve, is my current thought. But who knows, right? But I think it's also just a part of my no-chill nature, so we'll see if it actually works out like that, and I'll keep updating you. It's around 7:30 and I have this much done on my sweaters. I don't think I'm going to get a lot further today. I'll probably end up binding off for the bottom hem, and that's basically it. I think that I'm almost done with the ribbing. I probably only have a little bit left to go, if any. I can't find my measuring tape. I don't know where I put it, but I'm sure I have some lying around somewhere. So the ribbing is supposed to only be 4.5 centimeters, so I think I'm almost there because I think I only have maybe a couple rounds to go with that. And so I'll finish, and then I don't know whether I should steam block it first, or because it looks so good when it's like this, when it's going to be off the needle and blocked out, but currently everything just wants to pucker, and I don't think that looks that great. But sometimes I like to wait until the very end to completely wet block it because I just love that end transformation. I don't know if you relate, but this is what it looks like currently. Definitely long enough for my husband if the armhole depth isn't an issue for him after I block it. But I think it shouldn't be, but then who knows? We'll see. He has broader shoulders. I always forget about that. So we'll see. Good morning. Yesterday I ended up just finishing off the body, and that's all I did before I went to sleep. Today I picked up for the sleeves and I did the little bit of short rows as suggested in the pattern. That just creates a little bit of fabric on the shoulder here, and I'll continue down the sleeve today. We just came back from the trampoline park and we just had lunch at my sister's place. I'm here now with my sweater working on it while everybody's outside. My sister has a few blueberry bushes, I think, and so I think they're picking berries. And this is going by really quickly. I just brought my main color, so my plan is once I'm done all the main color, it's time to get to the color work portion. I will start picking up for the other sleeve, put this on hold, and then we'll see how far we are able to get down. Good morning. It's currently around 7 a.m. I'm still working on the sleeves. I still have to do a lot of the stockinette on the sleeve before I can get to the color work, which is what I'm putting this on hold for. So I think I'll end up doing the color work on the sleeve first since it's already on the needles. But I asked Michele yesterday if I could have my sleeves be a little less tapered, and she said that was fine. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just in case this does end up fitting my husband, then I want it to be for his size. If not, it'll just be something oversized for me. But if it does fit him, then that's the perfect case scenario. So I'm really hoping that the shoulders will stretch out, which I'm sure it will. And I'm pretty confident that it will end up fitting him. So I'm putting everything to his length, which is why I want the sleeves to be a little less tapered so that they're a little less tight around his forearms. I started the color work. It's currently 11 a.m. We just came back from running errands, and so I think I can get this done today. I still have both sleeves to go for the color work, but I think I can get it done today. We have family photos later at around 5 p.m., so I think we can do that before and have this blocking before we have to leave for that. Just give me like 2 seconds and come here and try it on so that I can give a final shot before blocking, and then we'll go find it. They do, you just don't see it. That's why I keep saying I'm so touched out. I just finished. I still have to weave in my ends, but this is the unblocked version on my husband right now. He says it's a little tight here down by the armpit, so hopefully that will block out. But I really like how it looks. The sleeves fit him right now, so I think with blocking it will get slightly longer and it'll probably come down to more of the thumb length. And I really like how the back fits. I think that the short rows and everything and the high neck really fit him well. So I will block it. I'll weave in my ends, I'll block it, and then I'll come back to you. This is how it fits me, just in case he can't be here. I like the length on me right now. If this was the blocked out version, it'll be slightly longer after I block it. For me, the armpits fit comfortably, so if it doesn't fit him, then it'll be mine, and I'll be really happy with that too. So I just love this motif. I'm so happy I went for the smaller motif on the tapered sleeve that's slightly less tapered, as well as the larger tapered motif on the body. And I like the ease. It has quite a bit of ease. Again, this is size 4, and so I think that this is a good amount for me. One last thing is that I think I said I would show you that the motif changes at the bottom here where you have the ribbing. So you see the roots of the trees right here, the barks, and that's how it changes up close. This is what it looks like. It's the same thing for the smaller motif, just in a smaller format. I just finished weaving in all my ends and I just weighed all my yarn. So for my yarn, for the main body, I used around 200 grams. And then for each of the sleeves, I used around 65 grams. So in total, I would have needed 4 of these balls. For the rest of the colors, for the regular colors, I used around 3 grams each for the sleeves. And then I used 3 to 4 grams for the sleeves. And then I used 25 grams for the body. So I think in total, you probably need more than 1/3 of a ball if you are planning on doing it with scraps. And then it's the last color that you need the most of. So for this one, I used around 34 grams, 35 grams, so 1/3 of a ball just for the body, and then the ribbing at the bottom. And then for each of the sleeves, I used 7.5 grams. So you would need around 50 grams of this if you are doing it in a worsted weight, DK to worsted weight, if you are planning on making the size 4. Or anything smaller, I guess, is what you would put as your minimum of the yarn that you may need. And I just wanted to say that just if you are looking to do this pattern, just because I know I was looking at scrap yarn that I could do it with and such, and then I ended up going for full balls, and I'm so happy with how the colors played out. This one was a leftover from another project, so I'm very happy with this one. When I was doing it, I really love these 2 colors paired together, so I'm not sure what I'll do, but I really enjoyed these colors, and overall, all the colors, the Explore Knits colors are very beautiful. I have to say that they're very, very beautiful, and I really enjoyed working with them. So just as this was vlogging, it decided to be a super misty morning today, so I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to film the outro shots. And I took some photos and videos of my husband wearing it as well. For him, it's a little more fitted. It is drop shoulder. It's more fitted down here, and the sleeves are at the right length. For me, the sleeves are oversized. The whole fit is oversized. It's a very cozy sweater. This is definitely something that I think we can both wear. And so I'm really happy about the outcome. Everything blocked out so beautifully, and just the colors and everything. I'm just so happy with how everything came out and how it all looks. I think even with the different weights of the worsted weight to the DK weight, it turned out pretty well, and there's no real holes or anything that you can see. This part is still a tiny bit damp. So I'll pan you down and show you the big colorwork section. So as you can see, the colorwork section is so beautiful. Everything has a lot of ease, a lot of room right here. And I'm just so happy with how it all turned out. This, I think, was the beginning of my rounds. And here should be a little more seamless. Full puckering just completely blocked away. I never pin my work too much just because if you pin it out, then the chances are it will shrink back as you wear it. And I want it to be as true to what it will be after exactly just right after I block it. So these are my Ladderback Jacquard floats. You can see that it's all throughout, and I started it here, and then I think for the second ones I started it 2 rows down, and I ended it as the color work ended. So it was perfect, and I think this is the perfect scenario to use Ladderback Jacquard in. I'm so thrilled with how this one has turned out. I hope that my husband's able to get a lot of use out of it, a lot of wear out of it. It's quite woolly, so it is very warm, and all of the floats here means that it is quite a thick fabric down here. So I think that hopefully he'll stay warm in this, and he probably doesn't need another layer in the winters here. Thank you so much for watching yet another project vlog, and I hope you enjoyed this one. This one was so fun to make as somebody who's grown up in the PNW, mostly in Vancouver, Canada, but now I live in Seattle, Washington for the majority of my life. This really calls to me. I love Misty days. I love how this is the Misty pine sweater with evergreens and everything. So I'm just so happy with the color of this wool as well, my main color. Thank you again, and if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video, which will most likely be everything that I made in August, coming to you on Saturday on the 6th. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project vlog, and if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Bye.